What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Royal Cinema Reviews, where I give you all the best reviews on all the new movies and TV series that are released. All right, y'all. So I went to go see Supergirl. It was an early access showing tonight, and for those who don't know what Supergirl is about, it's basically, without giving anything away, it is about Supergirl and her coming in contact with another little girl, and they both are pretty much on the same mission for vengeance and justice for something that happened. And I can't give you guys the details of what happened, so you just have to see it. But they have the common enemy in a guy named Krem. And Krem was honestly like, he was brutal. He was like for real brutal. And I think that's what sets this movie apart from Superman. This was a lot more dark than Superman. Um, which I can definitely appreciate because I felt like Superman was way too kiddie, and I felt like Superman was a punk and he just got his ass whooped. And that's the total opposite with Supergirl. Supergirl is not a punk. She pretty much just fights and she kicks ass. And that's what she does in this movie. But again, like I said, the villain Krem, played by Matthias Schoenaerts, he did a great job. He was brutal. It was dark. When he was around, it was dark. So it was for real. I will appreciate that for sure. Millie Alcock plays Supergirl. I think she did a great job. However, I feel like some of the humor that they wrote into this just didn't really hit that great. And I feel like maybe they can just go without the humor, or just have it every once in a while. When these movies try to have too much humor, I just don't think that it hits the right way. And maybe it's just in the writing, but I'm not sure. Um, but overall, I think this was a really good movie. It started off kind of slow, but then the story built to the middle and then to the climax and everything like that. That was really, really good. When it got further into the movie, to like the middle of the movie, you start seeing more flashbacks. You start understanding more of Supergirl and her backstory and how she got to the point that she's at, as well as why she has the attitude that she does have. So I did like that part a lot. But however, I went while watching Supergirl, I was honestly sitting there wondering, you know, I'm telling myself I'm watching Supergirl mixed with Star Wars, mixed with John Wick, And so I don't know if I can take all that, but for the most part, it was good. A lot of action. The action was great. Like I said, Supergirl be whooping ass, and that's one thing that I can appreciate. But I do think that there's something going on with the new direction of DC that I feel like when Zack Snyder's not involved and he's not directing, something falls apart in in the production, because it just doesn't, these DC movies don't hit like they do when Zack Snyder's involved. And I'm not sure why that is, but obviously you can tell the genius behind Zack Snyder compared to everybody else. Like, nobody can do what he can do. And when he's involved, after I see his movies, I can't wait to go buy the movie when it comes out or go see it again. Whereas with this Superman and Supergirl, I really don't have that feeling where I'm just like, "Ooh, I can't wait for that to come out so I can get it and watch it again." So, yeah, and I didn't get that for this at all. But for what I saw, it was a solid movie. But am I going to rush to get it when it comes out? No, I'm not going to rush to get it. And would I tell somebody else to rush to go see the movie? I would probably not tell them that. Um, if I would have to give this movie a grade between 1 through 10, a rating, I would have to say this was probably about a 6, maybe a 6.5. Um, not great, but not a bad movie. Like I don't regret seeing it, but it just something just doesn't hit if it's not Zack Snyder involved. Um, the actors and the actresses was they did a great job, but it's just somewhere within the writing, within the directing that just kind of bothers me. Um, but I do think that this was a darker film than Superman. I think it was a better film than Superman. I gave Superman like a 2 or 3. So for this to be like a 6, 6.5 for me, I think that's a big jump. Uh, like I said, I don't think that this is something that you would have to run to the theater to go see, but it might be a movie that is better to watch in a theater. You know, if you're looking for a movie, a solid movie, you can go see this one. But don't expect to get blown out of, be like, oh my God, that was amazing. Usually with these type of movies, the theater will go crazy with some of the things that happen. But in this, like you didn't get that the theater reaction was not there. But anyway, y'all, I feel like I'm rambling at this point. Overall, solid movie, 6.5. Should you go see it? Maybe if you are looking for something to go see, but I don't think that you have to rush to the theater. If you felt like this was a helpful review, y'all, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you want to see more reviews, make sure you hit that sub button, y'all. I got more reviews coming. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.